Welcome back to the San Diego Opera Podcast. I'm Nick Ravellis, and my guest today is tenor Carl Tanner, singing the role of Radames in Aida. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
You were last with us as Calaf in Turandot, and my first question is, what's more challenging, Radames or Calaf?
I don't think they can compare because
At all?
Look, the duration is similar, but besides that, where Calaf might be higher, other tenors might find Aida challenging because it's very stentorian all the way through.
Yeah.
After the beautiful aria in the beginning, that's tough to walk out of the dressing room and leave it in the dressing room or leave it on stage, to warm up on stage. What do?
Right.
And I've done this role many, many, many times, and I have to make sure my high notes are there and my low notes are there, and then I pray for the middle.
Well, I asked that initial question because I started thinking about the two operas and the two roles, and just by listening to it, not really looking at the score or counting measures or anything like that, it seems to me that Radames is present more throughout the opera, and it just seems that he sings more, but maybe it's just the kind of singing that's expected
I
of him.
personally always thought it should be called Radames. He starts off the opera and he ends the opera. He's there, with the exception of my colleagues, my female colleagues might beg to differ, but he's there with the exception of maybe one or two scenes. He's in the whole show.
Exactly.
And you have to pace yourself in the show, just like most operas you do as a tenor, you have to pace yourself, but this one is a special challenge. The first time this was my second opera.
Oh my God!
This was my second
Yeah,
job as a professional singer.
I was just going to ask you when your first
Bohème,
Radames was
Aida.
and what it was like.
2004. 2004, 2006. I don't know the year exactly. I know it was Mobile, Alabama's 50th anniversary.
Okay.
And they kind of threw me to the lions. All I was doing, I had just got back into music, or got into music in 91. And then it was a few short years after that, and I know I had the job and got the contract, and I went down there, and all these seasoned artists, and me, and singing Radames.
Well, somebody has to be Radames, right? It might as well be you. Oh my gosh. So how did you feel that first time through?
I'm going to be honest with you, and this is really interesting. After the show, I felt elated that I got through it and everything went really well, and I kept going back and, dissecting certain things, elements of the music for myself. But when I woke up the next morning, and this is true, I had never worked so hard physically the night before, not vocally, respiratorily,
yeah.
okay, that I woke up thinking I had done 150 sit-ups the day before.
Wow.
My stomach muscles were tired, and it just showed me that I had to breathe, that I breathed correctly, that I was breathing a lot and not over-breathing, but keeping my breath low and keeping, it was a training session. It was.
Wow.
But I taught myself. I realized I could sing it.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, it probably also taught you how to rest after an
yes,
exertion like that.
Yes, it did. The funniest thing of that story, though, was here I am doing it for the first time, and in the 2 days before the penultimate dress rehearsal, they brought in an elephant. Because Ringling Brother and Barnum's Belly Circus was in town. Can I say that? Because I don't think they're gone anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, the big circus was in town, and they said, "Hey, we got a really cool thing. You're going to ride in on an elephant." And I said,
"Ride in on?
What?" And then they said, "Yeah, you're going to jump on the backstage." Long story short, the elephant was really smart and quite intelligent. He stepped 2 or 3 steps onto the stage, and the stage slightly started buckling, so the elephant could feel this, so he backed up. He backed up, and they said, "Oh, we'll nix the elephant." And they nixed the elephant, and they brought in a Tennessee walking horse. Do you know what that is?
No.
Tennessee walking horse is the kind of horse that prances.
Oh, okay.
And as soon as he did that, they forgot to tell the horse, the trainer, or myself that they're going to have a 20-foot python on stage.
Oh, jeez.
And the horse got halfway through the clearing of the chorus on stage, and noticed this python and took off. And I was on his back. He broke from the trainer.
No.
I was holding on. There's nothing. There wasn't a Western saddle or anything. I was holding on to this thing that kind of, they took an English saddle and kind of made it look Egyptian. I was holding on for dear life.
Oh my
and I
God.
saw the door coming.
Oh.
And I said, do I duck or do I bail? And I ducked. And he came flying out the door into the parking lot. And he ran right up to a car and stopped. And I went flying over the car.
Oh my God.
I flew over the car, fell on my back. And they came running out. Oh my God, is he okay? And they ran to the horse. And they said, is the horse all right? And I jumped up and I said, I'm okay, thank you. And they were like, oh yeah, you okay? Yeah, you all right? Take the horse, find out, make sure you know. I couldn't believe
Lord.
it. And so they nixed the horse. So I just came walking in on with the.
Always safe to be on your own 2 feet.
Yeah. And that was my first experience with Radames.
Well, now that you've sung it, hundreds of times, probably.
This first performance will be my 146th performance.
Wow. So, pacing yourself, you're used to this.
I'm used to it. I know what I have to do. But there are always surprises. And It's always a new venue. It's always something new. So,
what's the most strenuous scene for you in the opera?
I think for most tenors, it's the third act. The third act, when to not get too emotional and tied up in all the big singing in the third act when he's with Aida.
Right, the duet.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't imagine what you do. I really can't, for the life of me, imagine what it must be like. I mean, lyric tenors, I can sort of understand, but oh my gosh, carrying that sonority, it would seem to me to be really physically taxing, just beyond the being on stage for such a long time and the acting and everything else, but having every phrase right there ready to go. I guess it's all about preparation.
I have to ask myself each time I'm singing, am I enjoying this? Am I having a good time? And if I ever question that, if I ever get to the point in my career where I don't enjoy it anymore, I don't want to waste anybody's time.
Yeah.
And I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah.
I still love singing, and I still love singing. Now I'm singing with young singers all the time. I'm a veteran in the opera, and they're very nice. They're like, "Oh, Mr. Tanner, I saw you sing 20 years ago." And thank you. But yeah, and now they're artists, and it's great singing with these young singers and watching them bloom and blossom, and it's really great.
It is.
And if I get to the point where I'm ready to stop, I'm not going to stay in there as long as some other tenors. Because I have a 10-year-old who's almost 11 next month, and I want to watch him grow up.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, we're all excited that you're back. Thank you so much for spending some time here.
I'm very excited to be back. I love this place. My son was born here.
Oh, right. I remember that.
Yeah, we had my little boy up in Hillcrest or something.
Oh, yeah. At UCSD Medical Center?
No, at a New Age clinic. He was born underwater.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Yeah, because the birth mother wanted to have him there, and my husband was like, well, okay. Yeah, because he was more worried than I. So, look, they do this all the time.
Oh, cool. Well, welcome home, dude.
Thank you. Yeah,
Good to have you here, and
Thanks.
we're looking forward to the opening of Aida.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.